Hello and welcome to another edition of ProtoBalls Talk Podcast. I'm ProtoMet.
What up?
Meow.
And today is another Friday the 13th, so we'll be taking a look at one of those. Specifically, Chapter 7, The New Blood.
Yes.
There's a Part 7. I can't remember what it's labeled in the movie, but it's definitely New Blood.
Is it some sort of sign for this movie that Friday the 13th is the Friday before Father's Day?
Kind of.
That is weird.
That was totally unplanned. I did not even consider that.
The more
it's
you know.
incredibly apropos for this movie. Because this movie starts with a girl killing her father.
Yeah, he was kind of a tool.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
But it's not like she was trying to kill him with her psychic powers. She just didn't know she had him.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where it's like, hey, here's Jason, and then here's also like
Carrie.
here's like PSI, telekinesis, all that, and it's just like
It's Jason meets Firestarter. I've never seen Firestarter.
I haven't either. Why would you bring it up?
Because it was the first thing that came to my head because she starts fires. I mean, Carrie does work, but only minimally.
Mm-hmm.
Again, haven't...
Actually, no. Carrie works remarkably well, because Carrie only reacts to things when she's in an agitated state.
And what's her face actually does things when she's finally on the verge of snapping.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see, what's her name? Tina? Tina ends up killing her father by accident with her psychic powers after he kind of drunkenly is abusive.
I didn't mean it, baby. I didn't mean it.
And she winds up basically dropping a whole dock on him.
Yeah. So, interesting note about this Friday the 13th. So, you know, Part 6 was pretty gory and gruesome for the most part. Part 7, not so much. We get barely, like, any blood.
It's like Fist of the North Star Regenesis. You took a series known for its hyperviolence and made it bloodless, practically bloodless. It's like, oh, come on. I hate that show.
And there's so I was talking with a friend, an associate, about this, and it appeared that in between like 1986 and 1989 there was a change at the MPAA where they started to what's the word, come down harder on like gore and special effects, because for some reason or another, because you watch this movie, right? You watch Part 7, and then you watch like a movie from a couple years. You watch Part 3 of Nightmare on Elm Street, and that movie is very gory and very gruesome, especially the wrist scene that we all three of us had talked about before. Yep. The wrist slashing scene. And this one is just tame by comparison, and there is footage out there of the uncut kills.
On my Blu-ray collection, they bonus things, they actually show like the guy's head being crushed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like there's a bootleg VHS somewhere out there that has all the uncut stuff.
And that's like the version I probably would have preferred to see, because you could definitely tell that they were cutting stuff because it's just like so friggin' obvious.
It's a slasher movie. It's a horror movie. If you're gonna have gore, let it have gore. I don't know why the MPAA has to be bastards all the time.
I mean, that's one of the main reasons why people like the Friday the 13th movies in the first place. We're not watching it for any cinematic masterpieces. We're watching it for a bunch of teenagers to get fucked up by a super zombie.
Super Saiyan zombie?
No, just super zombie.
Listen, I'm not looking for my slasher movies to be allegorical commentaries on the psychological mind of somebody who lost a child and said child witnessing the death of their mother. We're not looking for deep details like this. This isn't my version of Part 5, where I went all out. No,
okay, the re-scripting.
the re-scripting was fun.
That is my favorite podcast we've done.
I think it was almost 2 hours long.
It's there to watch.
The damn bears,
A lot
the
of fun.
grizzlies.
Them damn bears, them grizzlies.
I feel this movie would have been. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're jumping ahead with our thoughts, but I feel this movie would have been better if it didn't cut out all the gory scenes that we were there to watch in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Or give it a better characters. Listen, I'm sorry. Like, the kills were bad because they cut it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, oh, here's some like cookie cutter kills that cut off before the good parts, and some of it is already like retreads of shit that's already happened.
I remember we laughed hysterically at one towards the end. That was like so underwhelming. It's like, and that was one from what, 3?
I forget.
Or no, 4.
I think it was part 4.
4.
Oh, yes. It was the retread from part 4.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. But that one was just hilarious for how blunt it was, for how dumb it was.
It's a kind of kill where it's like you expect there to be more because of the nature of how it's done. And then immediately after it happens, you're just like, that's it? This is how they die?
And that's not even due to footage being cut. I could swear that's probably one of the few kills in this movie that's actually intact as far as I'm aware.
And completely bloodless, too.
Yeah.
A completely bloodless kill, which is funny as shit. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, the kills are not good, they're all cut, and the characters, they're not that great. They're kind of like Tina. Oh, she's an anxiety-riddled, trauma-dumped teenager who...
So a teen.
Yeah, basically.
But one abused by her psychiatrist.
One who's an abusive psychiatrist who wants to use her powers for his own ends. Read fame. He wants the glory of being like, look, I get it.
I made this girl use her power.
There's the mom who's, an overprotective mom.
Although, to her credit, she is completely oblivious to what the psychiatrist does until a certain point, at which point she immediately sides with her daughter.
Right. Yeah, as soon as she finds out what's going on, the script flips. But then there's also the other teenagers. That's like, oh, here's the jock. Here's the stoner couple from part 3. A legitimate retread of part 3. They're not hippies. It's not that aspect, but it's the stoner aspect.
Yeah.
They're less 70s hippies, like they are in part 3, and they're more early 90s grunge guys.
Kinda, yeah.
But basically all the characters in this movie, outside of the core cast, are just cookie cutter. They're generic.
There's the mean girl. There's the science fiction writer who's kind of, sort of, not really, kind of a retread of what's his name from part 3.
I think he kind of reminds me of the dude from one of the Nightmare movies where he draws comic books.
Oh yeah, but that comes later.
Yeah.
That's part 7. No,
If anything, this is the origin for that.
There you go.
Percy, is that his name? No, Shelley. Or he's kind of a retread of Shelley, where he's like, he's the
kind of the nerdiest.
He's the nerdy dude. He's the outcast, outsider of the group. There's the obligatory black couple. And it's like, okay, here's the gang. They've got almost no personality outside of, I'm a stoner. I'm the mean girl. I'm black.
I'm also black.
That's it.
I'm also black.
Yes.
No, you're not.
I'm a stern psychiatrist. Well, no fun to be had.
And I the girl with the glasses, I just gonna call her.
Oh, yeah, there's also the nerdy girl too. That's right.
Who looks like
honestly, in my opinion, she was more attractive than the mean girl.
she looked like what was the character Vasquez from Criminal Minds?
Oh, yeah.
Totally looks like the same actress. Not the same actress. It's like I had to look that up because like, is that the same actress? Because they are dead on for each other.
Okay, so to your point about the nerdy girl, listen, I don't know any of their names because listen, their names not important. The only four that you need is Tina, Nick, Amanda, and Chris, and Doctor Cruz.
I thought it was Melissa.
Oh,
or is Amanda a different character?
No, Amanda's the mom.
Okay, well then Melissa.
Yeah,
because that's a nice way of pronouncing her name.
Okay, sure. But no, to your point, the nerdy girl. I don't think they try to do any like special effects or makeup for her, so she just sort of has her natural looks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Melissa, is that what it? The mean girl. Melissa looks like she's like a preppy yuppie kid.
But she's definitely a C word.
Like I said, it's not nice to pronounce the other way. You gotta go Melissa for content.
Yes. So Dad's dead. Tina's got post-traumatic stress disorder, putting it nicely.
Has been in like therapy for like 10 years.
It's been 10 years. Hold on, now I gotta think. So in the timeline, I'm just thinking
You're gonna give yourself a headache.
No, yeah, I'm just thinking about this. So if that was 10 years ago, if we're on the current timeline where it's a year after 6, that means that Tina killing her dad happened before Friday the 13th Part 1.
Yep.
But after Jason dies.
The first time.
The first time.
In 3.
No, in before 1.
Oh.
The air quotes death.
Oh, gotcha.
The drowning, we'll call it. The drowning death. So imagine if we were to watch the series in order, we'd have, oh no, Jason's drowning, to Tina killed her dad, to like, oh, 2 camp counselors get murdered, and then immediately into Friday the 13th Part 1 without the flashbacks. So.
And then you're like, when is the psychic girl gonna come back? Come on!
Well, she's not, because the actress passed away.
Plus we got...
Oh, did she?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She did pass away recently. Oh. Yes, I did mention that to you.
Yeah, now that he brought it up, I am remembering that.
She passed away last April. She was also in Freddy's Nightmares, and she also was in a show called Knots Landing. Don't know if you know that one. It was like a late 80s show.
It sounds familiar. I think it may have been just a regular
drama.
Oh,
she's also in House 2.
Was she?
Yes, she was. She was Kate in that story, which is the girlfriend.
Okay.
The girlfriend. So everything ties together. We're finally finished with the House trilogy.
Except it's technically a quadrilogy.
Shut up.
Hey, you guys watched and reviewed House.
Nah, we reviewed Houseu,
Houseu,
which is more than enough. That's all we needed.
God, that's such a good movie. It's a mindfuck, but it's a good movie.
So Tina's been in therapy for many years, and she goes to this remote cabin, I guess.
It's like
No, it's like her old home.
Oh, her old house. Yes.
Because the psychiatrist's whole deal is he's trying to recreate the circumstances when her powers first triggered. Now, by this point, he's already gotten probably enough video evidence to prove that she has psychic powers, that he really shouldn't be going any further. But no, he's trying to push it to the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's intentionally an asshole.
Yep.
Like, it is very clear that he is just he's not trying to help her. He's trying to keep her in a traumatized state so that he can basically tell her to use her powers whenever. To figure out how it works.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
An asshole.
And he gets what he deserves.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if we also get that kill cut. But, eventually Tina's just like, I've had enough of this shit. And she goes out to the dock by the house and she starts, like...
trying to resurrect her dad.
Yeah,
she's like, Daddy, come back! I'm sorry I killed you.
She's going like, when you wish upon a star.
Unfortunately, the guy she resurrects isn't her dad.
Or Jiminy Cricket. That's Jason Voorhees. Oh no, who could have seen that coming? Also, actually, not to mention, so Jason's back, of course, but the first 5 minutes of the movie is like a straight recap of Six's climax.
Yeah. It is.
And it's like, was this necessary?
I'm pretty sure the first 5 minutes is like a recap of the series up to this point.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, well,
because
I showed 6.
Because I remember they also have footage of Corey Feldman killing Jason.
I wonder if he got a royalty for that.
Probably.
Good on him.
Because I'm pretty sure almost all the previous movies are credited in the credits for the footage used in just this first 5 minutes.
Die!
Joy!
All of this should explain why Jason is, decaying at the bottom of a lake chained to a rock. Which I still have to show you that thing that Brian got me.
Sure. Man, let me tell you though. Could you imagine this series of mass killings in New Jersey? I don't know if we've mentioned it already in the past. I'm pretty sure we mentioned it in the first movie, but these movies take place in New Jersey. This is Jason Voorhees is a New Jerseyite confirmed.
He's the Jersey Devil.
He's the Jersey Devil. Makes me wonder if he's ever been across the turnpike.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it...
Twice.
Because he has... Okay, sorry. So this is just a thought for the next movie. Not this movie. But yes, he has been across the turnpike. But not through the turnpike.
Nope. Not... No, he hasn't.
And it makes me think that this actually takes place in southern Jersey. Because the next movie has...
Can we just have Jason kill the cast of the Jersey Shore?
Yes. I listen. Write to scary movie writers, and I'm sure they'll make it happen. But no, my point was there's a scene that's on a boat, and it pulls into New York City. So, long story short, it's probably in southern Jersey, and there were the cruise ship. I don't know where it was supposed to go, but it ended up in Manhattan. So, crazy. So, yes.
I thought it was Toronto.
Shut the fuck up. Listen, Jason going to Toronto, that sounds like a cool time. Watching him go to a hockey game or some shit.
Just see.
Listen, we need a scene. There should have been a scene where during a hockey game, Jason is chasing the people, and so he goes into Madison Square Garden and starts slaughtering people left and right while there's a hockey game going on.
I mean, we got close, but that's a topic for the next one.
I'm just saying, they missed an opportunity. I don't care if it wasn't in the budget. You were owned by Paramount. You can fucking throw money at it. Paramount eventually sold to New Line Cinema, who was then bought out by Sony. Yeah.
I think New Line is Warner Brothers.
Oh, is it Warner Brothers? I guess.
Yeah, because I know that New Line did the Mortal Kombat movies, and now Warner Brothers has the rights to those. So yeah, New Line is Warner Brothers, and Paramount is still Paramount. Well, Viacom's the parent company.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, long story short, Jason's back. He starts killing again. Who's his first kill? Oh, his first kill is, I think, the brother.
His first 2 kills are the brother and his girlfriend, who are on their way to attend a surprise party for the brother.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, both of them are dead.
And then
I believe we get the sleeping bag kill.
That's later.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's later. This one is... I forget how the guy is killed, but the girl is killed with, like, a metal spike.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Which was like... It left us wondering, where did Jason get a knife? Because we thought it was a knife, but no, it was a spike.
And we see it later on in the movie.
It's like a...
It
was like a
thing
that you could put a flag in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a flag staff, sort of pole, whatever.
I don't know,
a flag spike or something.
It was sharp enough to impale.
But we didn't get a good look at it.
Oh, well, of course not. Not this movie.
Yeah, so it was like, wait, where did he get that? Actually, I think at first we thought it was a screwdriver. It's like, where did he get a screwdriver?
And my first thought was, well, got it from the trunk of the car, of course, because the car broke down, which is a classic horror trope. Car breaking down in the middle of the woods.
I know.
I'm just reminded of the 2 greasers.
Ha ha! Yes. Start the fucking car! Start the fucking car! Come on!
If it doesn't start, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Is that from part 5? Is that part? Yeah, that's part 5. I think it's from part 5. So, anyways, so all the teens come. They meet Tina.
Because Nick notices her and decides to invite her over, and her mother thinks that's a good idea. And it isn't a terrible one. It's definitely a better idea than what the psychiatrist was probably going to suggest.
Correct.
Well, plus also interacting with other people her age.
Yeah.
Instead of being forced to give herself a headache and make things move.
This is also, we forgot to mention, of course, this is also the debut of Kane Hodder as Jason.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But while at the party, Tina has a psychic vision of Michael being killed. Michael being the brother who the surprise party is for.
Not Michael Myers.
Though it's ironic.
Yeah.
We have a slasher movie.
So we're introduced to all the teens, and Melissa decides she's gonna be an asshole to this person that she doesn't even know.
Her whole reason is because she wants to jump Nick's bones, and he has never met her before.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he shows interest towards Tina, a person who clearly needs some attention from people her own age.
Mm-hmm.
Just needs friends.
That clearly is a threat to her womanhood.
Yep. And so she grabs the guy who's into the scientific or whatever, and she wraps.
She calls her like a mental case
Because they do find out that she had spent time in an asylum,
which is a dick move.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they pretty much wrap his guy's sleeves and make it look like a straitjacket.
And that's not even what pushes Tina over the edge. It's the psychic vision she has that's already got her on edge. And
at the same time, she breaks her necklace.
Breaks the pearl necklace.
With her mind.
She also witnesses 2 deaths mentally. She has an astral That's the word, really. A
reverse astral projection.
Yeah, a reverse astral projection of the pair getting killed from earlier on, from just a couple of minutes ago, actually. And so she's like, "People are dying. Something happened. There's a killer."
And then the professor's like, "No, you're stressed because of your mental...
You just have guilt over killing your dad. That was 10 years ago. Yeah, you need to let it go. Except don't hold on to it. Hold on to it tight."
I need you to accept it.
I can't say that in front of your mother.
Make it a part of yourself. Do it.
Do it right.
Let the hate flow through you. Do it.
Not inaccurate.
Yeah.
Turned into the Emperor there for a little while.
Again, not inaccurate.
Okay, you know who Melissa kind of reminds me of? And neither of you are going to get this. But Melissa reminds me of Livia from The Sopranos. Who is,
Yeah, of course, that's why.
yes, who is Tony's mom.
I kind of figured we were going to make a Sopranos
Yes,
reference.
Go
for it.
Hey, I'm talking here. No, Livia, it has undiagnosed not bipolar, but borderline personality disorder, and she's completely her whole character arc is that she's a completely joyless, soulless bastard of a human being who wants to see her own children suffer, and has no qualms about having her son killed just for daring to be put into a nursing home or a retirement community, as it's called in the show. And she was abusive to the staff. All right, that's why she can't go back there. And there's a whole love-hate relationship. She's an asshole. I'm sorry. She's like the reason that Tony Soprano was an asshole in the show. Like, not aside from Tony's dad, who was a mobster, but like Livia gave trauma to her kids, and is perfectly fine just being like, I did nothing wrong. I am a perfect mother. It's everyone else that's the fucking problem. And if I can't experience joy, no one else can. Alright? I'm gonna make people's lives as miserable as fucking possible. Just by being me, and being here, and saying shit. So that's what Melissa reminds me of. Whereas Melissa comes off as like a joyless person who just enjoys the suffering of others.
So she gets her jollies off for abusing her family?
Yes.
I mean, we don't know what her home life is.
She could be a spoiled rich kid, which she very much is by all character tropes. She's preppy, she's snobby, she's snooty, she's an asshole, she uses other people for her own gains. She's an asshole, I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You're speaking the truth.
Why are you booing me? I'm right. And so, yeah, her let's call it, her death is very satisfying. It's just a shame that it too got partially cut.
But you know, 2 is enough for one night for Jason, so he decides to take a bit of a break and calm down by killing 2 other random people.
Yeah.
Who are just out camping.
They're just out
Oh
camping.
yeah, that's the scene where he's like, we're gonna start the fire. Hope we can go inside the tent. It's cold out.
I love the little descriptor that's written here, where on Wikipedia, where it says, and I quote, Amanda takes her to the same lakeside residence as part of her treatment from her psychiatrist, Dr. Cruz. He begins a series of experiments, and then in parentheses, it's verbal assaults, designed to agitate Tina's mental state. And it's like, you're not wrong, Wikipedia article. That is what happens. This is true. But, yeah. Jason does the bag kill, the sleeping bag kill. It's an iconic kill.
Which is...
Apparently, what the footage I got seen is they decided to do it one hit, but apparently he wailed this thing multiple times to the point where Kane was getting tired.
Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4 swings of the sleeping bag, and then at the end of it, it would be like it would be like a balloon of blood popping and comes out from the bag, and the woman stops screaming, and he throws it down. So you get this visual of him swinging the sleeping bag on the tree, and by the last one, it's boom, blood plops out like a Tom Savini fucking special effect, where it's boom, pa, like he's shooting, like he's firing a shotgun at the dummy in Dawn of the Dead.
Or Maniac.
Yeah, that too.
Or the scanners.
Or scanners, yep. Kinda. So it's it's not explicit, but you see the blood come out from the sleeping bag and everything, and then he throws it down and you see the woman's deceased corpse. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was. Instead it's boom, one swing, throws it down, lady dead. And it's like, what? Okay.
I mean, it's a creative kill that gets cut short.
But we are led to believe that Jason is so powerful. I get he's a super zombie, all right? But he is so powerful that he can cave this woman's skull in with just one swing while she's inside a sleeping bag. Okay?
And that's after her boyfriend gets off somehow that I can't recall.
And it's not even the right side. That's another thing. It's not even the right side.
Right, because
she hides head. She doesn't hide head first. She hides legs first, and then she goes under the sleeping bag.
She like pulls a little kid in bed.
Yeah, she's like a little kid in bed. She's like, if I hide here, nothing will happen. And so it's not her head getting caved in, it's her legs getting broken. Which, albeit, if that was actually the case, that would be fucking brutal. If I was re-scripting this, I'd have him swing it several times, and she's still screaming, and then he throws it down, and you see her crawl out of the sleeping bag with her legs, like, bent, and bones sticking out, and then Jason goes in for the kill. Like, he's just a little extra sadism there.
No, like he thinks he's done. He starts walking off. She starts crawling out. He turns back. It's like,
yes, exactly.
And then she crawls back in head first.
No, that's too smart.
Not these teenagers.
And this is actually something we also discussed. There's sort of a commonality in Jason's kills in all of the movies, where in almost all of them, it's just business. Except for one or two big examples.
But he is definitely efficient to a fault. Mm-hmm. Like he's a thinking zombie. He's a thinking serial killer. He's like, okay, what's the most efficient way to kill this person? It's like, no, as few movements as possible.
They're going to run multiple miles away, and then I'm just going to show up in front of them.
Yeah, he's very, like, if this was Hitman, Jason would be Agent 47. Yep. Quick, done. Efficient. Sometimes he doesn't even need to kill people himself. He can just let other people do it for him. He's just professional. It's professional serial killers.
As opposed to Freddy, who is sadistic.
Like, yeah, it's like, I guess, one way of putting it is Jason is efficient, Freddy is sadistic, Michael is sheer brutality, mm-hmm. and then Leatherface is manic. He's a manic killer.
Well, they're breaking into his house.
They did! They kept breaking into his house, goddammit! What was he?
I'm just protecting my family!
There was nothing they could do. Leatherface, he was a made guy. Mm-hmm. and the others weren't. Greaseball shit. That's just how it goes. That's a Goodfellas reference.
I thought it would be a Sopranos reference.
Nope, that's a Goodfellas.
Boy.
We just had to grin and bear it. Real greaseball shit, you know?
But anyway, the next day, everybody at the party is like, why did Michael not show up? Is he running late?
Oh, he's probably got a DWI for driving drunk.
He's dead, Jim.
No, he's not, Tina. Also, I'm Nick. My brother isn't dead. That's silly.
Do you have a picture of him?
Yes.
Hold on. No, hold on. Now I just got to think. Was Nick the name of a character in one of the Nightmare movies?
Probably.
Because let me think. There in the original, there was Tina. There was shit. Fuck. There was
Jesse.
There was Jesse. There was Rod.
Nancy.
And Nancy. Okay, never mind. I was like, Nick. Why does that sound familiar? Why does that sound like?
There are like a bajillion Nicks.
And a lot of Michaels.
Yeah.
But no Antoine.
Well, not yet.
Not yet. That's fair. That's fair.
Antonio.
Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to the Hood. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, that's a bad joke.
Yeah. That's leprechaun territory.
Hey, listen. Listen, he made it work, okay?
That's why it's his territory.
Listen, he's got to show some bitches a lesson. We've lost the plot. Let's get through this quick.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Jason starts killing everyone, alright?
Yeah, but this is like the next night.
Yeah.
Also, I think at one point when Tina runs home after the party, she finds the spike in the side of the door.
Oh, probably, yeah.
And when the psychiatrist goes to check, it's gone.
Because he took it. But we didn't see it off screen.
So her mom and the psychiatrist just think it's a paranoid delusion brought on by the guilt of killing her father. It's like, no, I saw a guy in a hockey mask. God damn it. He jumped out of the lake and killed a guy.
And none of them seem to think, a guy in a hockey mask. Wasn't there a famous serial killer who wore a hockey mask around here?
To be fair, it seems like a lot of these characters are probably from out of town.
I mean, alright, whatever. I'm not going to belabor the point. It'd be like...
Because Nick for sure had never even heard of Jason until later in the movie.
I guess.
Granted, he's the only one from the party who had not met anybody else at the party.
Yeah.
Right. So, not really in order, but out of order. We'll get through the kills quick, because they're not, like, some of them are just not very memorable. Like, the black couple, one gets his head crushed, the guy gets his head crushed, the girl gets,
like a party horn shoved through her eye.
Oh, yeah, Oh, I forget what it is. Yeah, it's like a party horn, like those kazoos at New Year's or whatever. Yeah.
Now we just need an edgy Christian to do their theme song.
Jeez, please no. Right through the eye though, and that scene was also cut. The head crushing was cut. There's Nerd Girl's death. I forget how she dies exactly.
She gets sickled.
She gets sickled to the neck.
Right.
And that's after
in the shadow,
seemingly managing to avoid detection from Jason.
After he breaks through, his arm breaks through a wall.
See, she could have escaped if she didn't stay still. Mm-hmm. Had she run off, she probably could have gotten away at that moment. Get to the house and be like, "There's a killer! Let's run! Like zoinks! Let's get out of here!"
I know Stoner guy just dies.
Stoner guy dies.
He gets
he doesn't get decapitated.
Not him. There's someone else that gets decapitated.
Not decapitated. The guy at one of the guys.
They go. A guy and a girl try to go skinny dip.
Yeah, and the guy gets an axe to the face, which also gets cut, and it would have been the best kill in the fucking movie. Because what little you actually see, you see his face for like a split second, but there's a whole shot where it's where the axe hits his head and he goes down like a fucking limp noodle, and it's Jason pulls the axe out, and then you get a nice gory shot of his face split open. Mm-hmm. It would have been the best kill in the fucking movie by a mile.
And his girlfriend gets killed after running back into the lake after finding him dead.
She's swimming around, and then she sees his body. And then Jason drowns.
Jumps out of the lake and drowns her.
Yep.
Which He kind of teleports into the lake. Because he like kills and then is immediately in the lake without even disturbing the water.
He is a supernatural creature.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't you ever played Friday the 13th, the game?
Nope.
Oh, okay. But he can teleport. That's kind
Makes
of
sense.
it. Yeah, he can teleport.
This is probably one of the earliest instances of him teleporting.
Mm-hmm. That just shows up in the next movies.
Yeah, especially the next one.
I mean, he's just everywhere now.
He's like,
and then science nerd guy, he gets like a sword to the back of the head.
After he ends up trying to hook up with Melissa.
Yeah, he tries to fuck Melissa, but Melissa's just
Melissa leads him on.
Yeah.
She's just using him to try and make Nick jealous.
And Nick could give a fuck.
Yeah. He could not give a fuck at all. He's just like, I don't even care about you.
And when Melissa realizes that nothing's actually happening and Nick is not going to show up, she's like, you know what? I'm done.
You know what? Fuck this.
I'm just going to drop the mask entirely. I was using you.
And then
I sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I kind of like the line in this thing where scientific guy ends up getting up. She even asks, "Where are you going?" I have a date with a soap on a rope.
Yeah, I have a date with a soap on a rope. Gonna take a cold shower.
Yep. He's like, yeah, he got him all riled up, and then he's gonna finish himself off. Pretty much.
He's gonna take a cold shower and take a long walk on the cold pier. Yo ho ho. He ate a. Sorry.
You almost hit the One Piece theme.
In my head, I continued on from where you left off. God damn you! God damn you!
I had to stop myself because it was like, no. Okay, for people who don't know, One Piece, all right? The original show,
The original 4Kids dub of the show had a goddamn rap.
it had a
For its
rap,
opening theme.
and one of the lines was, "He's made of rubber, but how did it happen?" And then the next,
Oh, you took a bite of gum. Fucking hey! God damn it!
yeah, oh yeah,
God damn it!
Yo. Wow, we really went off corner here.
I could not stop myself. Don't give it up, Luffy.
Ah, god damn it!
Gonna be king of the pirates.
God
One
damn
Piece. Okay.
Let's get to the stoners kills.
Okay. One last comment on this. All right. The original theme for One Piece, the actual first theme, goated. All right.
Oh, absolutely. I fucking love that theme.
I love We Are.
Oh, absolutely.
The One Piece rap.
Oh, god damn.
God damn it.
Breathe, Barry, breathe.
I can't. Whew. Yeah, so the stoner kills.
So
That had to be what they were hearing when they were having sex.
okay, so they get done fucking, and the stoner guy ends up trying to go downstairs to get a sandwich or something. Jason kills him.
He's covered in blood.
Yes.
And he looks at us like, hell of a party.
Like he's not even drunk. He's just high. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
and your senses are not that fucked up. Even no matter how stupendously fucking high you get. I once
this is just personal experience. I once took way too much fucking of a gummy, and my head was fucking spinning for hours on end. And I also went from
Only more THC inside a gummy.
Yeah. I went from in a really good mood to a really bad mood within the span of a minute, and it fucks you up. But no matter how fucking high you get, there is no goddamn way on the planet, even if it's dark and you've got a flashlight, that you see red shit splotched all over the floor and you're just like, must have been some party, huh? All this Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and you end up trying to make that sandwich. That sandwich never got made.
Sandwich never got made.
The shit got left out. It went bad.
If only it was made by... Never mind. Not gonna finish that thought.
Hi-oh, hi-oh.
Hi-oh, hi-oh.
Anyway, stoner girl.
She just kind of gets
Oh,
stuck.
this is the one. This is the one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, long story short, she gets defenestrated. Our new favorite word. Everyone's favorite word since we learned what it meant. Defenestrated. To be thrown out a window. And it is a repeat of part 4 where the girl gets tossed out the window and she hits the car. But in this one, it's just, she's thrown out a window.
And she lands on the ground.
And she's flying. She's flying. We're spending an awful lot of time on her falling
Slow motion.
gracelessly to the ground, mind you, where she's like arms flailing.
Probably could have survived that.
That's what I'm saying. And then
she just flops.
and she flops onto the ground, and we get like 2 seconds of her just lying there, face down. And it's like, that's it? That's how she dies? Why?
It's like...
What, she couldn't have fallen on a spike or something? She couldn't have died like that guy in Dead Alive?
Gonna have to be real specific.
The guy who gets impaled by the Jesus
there you go.
statue, yep.
I kick ass for the Lord.
I kick ass for the Lord! Your mom ate my dog!
That's a lot much better movies than
That's a
this
movie we do gotta watch
absolutely.
at some point. So she's dead, and so now it's down to our 5 characters at least. Because Melissa's just fapping about, I don't know, doing fucking whatever, doing her
I'm
makeup.
pretty sure by this point, Amanda has found out what the psychiatrist has been doing to her daughter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Tina overhears them arguing. And so she books it, ends up crashing.
Her car.
And she ends up crashing. They go and chase her. Somehow, Tina winds up back with Nick, and they start heading back. Well, Amanda and the psychiatrist are looking in the woods, and then they find Jason. And you know what the psychiatrist does? He does the bravest thing ever. He shoves Amanda in front of him and runs off.
What an asshole.
Yeah, he does.
What an absolute dirtbag. And he gets what he deserves later
This is
on.
like one of the few sadistic kills that Jason has. And it's absolutely deserved. He saw that guy just shove a woman in front of him and run off. And he's like, oh, I'm going to make this fucker suffer.
Like, don't make any bones about it. He was like, I was going to kill you, but now I'm really going to kill you.
The thing is this the first movie or the first time Jason actually uses a weapon with an engine on it?
No, I'm pretty sure he's used something similar before.
He never used a chainsaw. I know that much. Usually,
This is like the closest thing. There's a weed whipper with a buzzsaw on it.
yeah, which is a crazy thing. They almost well, they don't make metal weed whackers anymore. It's all plastic and shit.
Probably because of this movie.
Listen, it was the 80s. It was a different time. They didn't know back then.
They didn't know better.
We didn't know any better. So he's dead. He gets...
Also, Tina has had a psychic vision of her mom's dying before she actually does. Mm-hmm. Also, he fucking kills her with a naginata. I know it's probably just for, like, trimming tree limbs.
Yeah.
But it looks like a fucking naginata. It's a pole with a blade on the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can teleport.
Fair enough. He probably teleported to Japan to pick it up.
Back in time, too.
Yeah.
Because apparently he can go to hell and back. So why not time it, too?
He's done it before.
Yep.
Jason goes back in time. With the DeLorean. Sorry. Sorry. Back to the Future is Universal, not Paramount. It'd have to be something else. Maybe a hot tub or something.
Hot tub time machine.
Yes, he gets it. You got it.
I got it.
Okay.
I was just trying to imagine how it would happen. He's chasing one kill, steps into the hot tub to try and chase them, is suddenly transported to just before he gets killed the second time in part 2.
He accidentally goes. Yeah, he accidentally goes back in time to the 50s to prevent himself from drowning. It beats. Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking Friday the 13th as a Terminator movie.
I believe somebody compared this the Terminator meets Carrie. Or Carrie.
Yeah, it was Jason versus Carrie is what the screenwriter eventually settled on. Because I think Carrie 2 had come out recently before this.
But Carrie was died in the movie.
But Carrie died, not her little sister, whatever it was.
Yeah,
I've never seen Carrie 2. I've only seen Carrie.
It's not worth watching.
No, don't. Don't watch any of the sequels. Or the remake.
Just the original. Just the original.
You're doing good.
I've seen the original.
Yeah.
I read the book. They're both good.
Dude, the book's better.
I know.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Listen, I love the movie. I love the main actress in it. Book's better because she fucking murders the entire town.
Oh, yeah.
And we're
And she does it so gloriously.
Not only that, we're not explicitly told what happens. All we get is other people's other people's stories of what happened. So it's never like, oh, Carrie did this. It's a character being like, yo, this was the fucking craziest thing I ever saw. She was walking through the streets, killing people left and right. It was insane. I forget what kind of book it's called, where it's mostly like letters and interviews and stuff like that.
Dracula?
It's like Dracula, but there's a specific word for the kind of storytelling it is. But yes, Dracula's another good example. But I don't think Dracula ever killed anyone with a weed whacker.
No, that is true, but it hadn't been invented yet.
That's true. You got me there. We've lost the plot.
I think this is the third time we've lost the plot.
Tina and Nick make it back to Tina's old home.
The doctor gets killed by a weed whacker, in case we didn't make that obvious. He gets killed by a weed whacker.
Melissa somehow rejoins Nick and Tina.
She was at the other house.
They find her before... She doesn't know anybody's dead yet. They're just like, come over here. We gotta get over here to kill her.
She's just like
she's incredulous.
No, fucking not.
She's incredulous about the whole thing.
She just says, "I'm going home."
So she opens the door, and Jason axes her.
And then we get the famous scene from the old video game cartridge.
Yes. Of him with the holding the axe up.
Oh yes, that's right. So, what's crazy about it, actually, is that this kill was also cut. In that, basically, she opens the door, Jason is there, he grabs Melissa, and then hits her in the head with the axe, and she, goes limp almost immediately, and then he picks her up and fucking tosses her over the TV.
Couldn't happen to a nicer person.
All we get is him raising the axe, him coming down. We don't see the blood or the gore, and then him just casually tossing her over. And she goes, it had to have been a dummy and a mannequin because it goes flying into the wall, right over the TV, right behind it. crazy. And then, so we finally get the climax, and it's Tina.
Nick tries to take on Jason. It doesn't go well. And that just triggers Tina. And she just starts using her powers with wanton abandon.
She ends up tightening up his mask to the point where it snaps and pus starts coming out of his head.
If this had been human Jason, he would have been dead long before the climax.
Oh God, yeah.
Like it's not like I actually believe it's not tightening. The mask wasn't tightening. I think she was like using it to like melt his skull, to melt his face and shit. And then it broke apart. She possessed acidic abilities or some shit.
I'm pretty sure his face was like that the entire time.
Oh, I know. But I mean, like, she was trying to melt his face.
And we get a damn long period of time where we can see Jason's full face throughout this entire climax.
It's the longest time we see Jason's face.
And it's also the most emotive he is throughout the entire series.
Just like,
because of it.
mouth opens.
He's pissed.
Kane Hunter does a fantastic face makeup job for this.
He's Jason in this movie, right at the climax after he loses his mask, is like a guard from Oblivion. He's just like, why won't you die? Don't act. Goes ragdoll for a few minutes before he gets back up.
Yeah, they
Tina throws a fucking house at him. I mean that literally.
It's like, I guess I can collapse the dock. I can collapse this house.
She tosses him into the base. She makes him burst a hole into the basement of the house.
Yeah.
She chucks stuff at him. She causes gasoline to go spraying all over him. Then triggers the furnace to light a fire. And that's still not enough.
And then before Jason is covered in gas, so the fire sets him on fire. And
Tina goes to recover Nick, thinking that's all over.
Yep. Then the house blows up.
And Jason starts coming out, and then Tina's like, oh, fucking A, and drops the entire porch roof on top of him. And that's still not enough.
Then he grabs Nick and he chucks him, and then he's about to do the killing blow.
And then we're going to take a break for spoilers.
Yes, we're going to take a break for spoilers. Yes. Suggestions? Any
Well, first off, let's just give our star reviews of the film.
Oh, this is like a 6.
Yeah.
It's like a 5.5, 6.
I think most of the movie is mediocre at best, but the climax is easily the best part because it just goes completely off the wall.
If there is one thing you don't want your movie to be, you want your movie to be good or bad. If it's mediocre, that's death for a movie at the box office, even though this movie did fairly alright in the box office because slashers were still popular at the time. It's one of those movies that you could churn out and be like, we'll make our money back and then some.
Yep.
It had, I think it was like 2.8 million budget, and it was like 18 million box office, which, isn't bad.
We mentioned before that cutting a lot of the kills really drags this movie down.
Yeah.
Like, the plot's weird, first off, just on the surface of it. Plot's weird. Characters are cookie cutter and mid. They're mid characters. Mm-hmm. The kills, they're cut, and so they're not that good. They're like...
Yeah.
Half these kills, there's maybe one kill that's actually, like, iconic from this movie, and that's the Melissa kill. And even that gets cut.
Well, I think the sleeping bag kill
the sleeping bag kill, too.
Good enough to be reprised later on.
Right, yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
So.
But then the climax of this movie just...
Special effects are fine. The makeup's alright. It's just I would like to see more special effects if it wasn't cut
Yeah.
by the MPAA. Bastards. How dare they?
But yeah, no, the climax just goes completely off the rails, and as a result, the movie is at least somewhat memorable for that.
Who's your favorite character?
Dina?
I mean, I guess it's by default.
I suppose, Tina? Well,
It's like, oh, yeah, which character's your most favorite? Oh, it's the one that, gets the most screen time and is the most fleshed out. That's it. By default.
That is some valid answer.
Well, it's not like part 2 where it's like, oh, you've got all these interesting characters that they actually get plenty of time to sort of have characters built. This is like, because I think part 2, 3, and 4 are each like an hour 45 minutes. They're long on the longer side of things, and then we get to part 6, part 7, part 8, part 9, and it's just like, oh, we're in here. It's like 80 minutes. Let's get through it. 80, 90 minutes. We're in. We're out. Go get supper. It's whatever. It's a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 movie. Favorite kill?
Sleeping bag.
yeah.
Mine's Melissa. If it wasn't cut, it'd be an all-time great kill.
I mean, I will admit that despite the fact that we don't really see it, the weed whipper scene could have been incredibly satisfying.
Yeah. Start with the legs, then go up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying. There's a lot of room left for...
Yeah.
There was a lot of room for improvement.
But without that, then yeah, the sleeping bag kill.
Yep. I don't have any recommendations today.
Well, then, I recommend Camp Cretaceous.
Oh, Camp Cretaceous. Cool.
It's a sequel to. It's a spin-off of the Jurassic World series. It's initially set during the events of the first movie, but by the end of the first season, it's after the first world movie.
Yep.
Not the first park movie. It follows a group of 5 kids.
About 5 kids that,
6 kids.
yeah, it's a bunch of kids that get left on the island that they have to literally fend for themselves.
Isla Nublar or Isla...
Yeah, Isla Nublar.
Isla Nublar.
Because that's where World was set.
I'm pretty sure Isla Nublar is also where the first movie takes
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
And the second.
Nope.
No?
That's Isla Sorna.
Oh, yes, that's right. And part 3 is also in Isla Sorna.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows how many islands there actually were?
Jeez, yeah, no. Okay, because Isla Nublar is the first movie, and I think also the third movie, potentially. And then Isla Sorna is the second movie, because it was supposed to be a nature preserve, I think. I think that's the plot of the movie. They cloned all the dinosaurs, and then they put some of them on Isla Sorna as sort of like a nature preserve, in case the park were to get shut down. That's if I remember right.
It may even just be where the dinosaurs were being created in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was in the book. I can't remember exactly, but
Doesn't matter.
basically it's a backup island.
Yep. Yeah,
And Ian Malcolm survived both the book and the movie. And nobody questioned that. He definitely survived the book.
Absolutely.
Definitely. 100% survived the book.
The news of his death was greatly exaggerated.
Did they bring that up in the second movie?
No, they bring that up in the second book.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think one of the first lines in the second book is like, oh, hey, here's Ian Malcolm. He's not dead.
He's not nearly as dead as you may have thought.
We just didn't see him with the rest of the crew that escaped. But it's implied he was there. It's implied.
No, the first book outright kills him off, and then Michael Crichton was like, shit, that was a bad idea.
The first book happened, and then the movie came out, and Ian Malcolm became a very popular character, and he was like, I
can fix this.
Fuck.
Well,
and he does a good job with it.
I'm not dead. I got better.
I'm not dead. Yeah, you are.
I feel happy.
That reminds me, I can't remember if it was Camp Cretaceous or its sequel, Chaos Theory, but one of them has the characters referencing Hammond's death from the book.
Yes.
And since this isn't canon with the movies and not the book, another character's like, no, that's not what happened.
That's not what happened to Hammond. No. Hammond in the book is an asshole.
Oh, absolutely.
In the movie, he's like this congenial grandfatherly, like Father Christmas kind of character, where he's like, dinosaurs! Isn't it great? It's wonderful!
In the book, he's much the same. It's just that he doesn't have that moment where he comes to the realization that I fucked up.
I think it's David Attenborough. No. Yes, David Attenborough as Hammond. And then I think... It's either Richard or David Attenborough.
One of the Attenboroughs.
Because the other Attenborough is actually still active, and he still does Animal Planet. He still does Natural Geographic. Yeah, he's like 95 or something like that. He's up there, and he still does nature documentaries because he loves doing nature documentaries. And as long as he's getting paid, he's gonna do it by hook or by crook.
One thing I really like about the Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theories is they are definitely made for a younger audience, but only in so much as they don't show death occurring on screen. Mm-hmm. It still happens. It is very heavily implied.
It's like when when you had me when I started watching it, I messaged you. I'm like, I think I might be too old for this, but I got through a few more episodes, and I'm like, okay, I guess it's still good in its own right.
Oh, yeah. And Chaos Theory goes even darker while still remaining child-appropriate. Miraculously.
Kids shows that don't have themes of death or potential death, that's just weird. Especially, like, action shows. Mm-hmm. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender. That has themes of death in it.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't... It's a kid's show, but
it doesn't show the death, but they have themes.
It doesn't shy away from the fact that, hey...
These three clans are trying to kill each other.
It's like, these people are trying to kill each other.
You know, it's three clans, because one of the four is already dead.
Yeah. That's true. Airbenders. Yeah.
Speaking of, I've actually been reading one of the prequel novels, Rise of Kyoshi. It's actually darker.
Is it?
I can imagine it's probably set during the war.
No, it's set with one of the earlier avatars.
Okay, never mind then.
So it's like, super prequel.
I've just been watching like some TikToks, and I keep finding these voice actors, and I get the girl that voices Toph, and then she talks to Mick Foley, who voices the Boulder. Then they reenact their entire thing.
Oh, Lord.
Oh! It's like, I want to rewatch Avatar at work, but I know that one of my coworkers has been watching it recently, and I don't know how far she got in it. So I was like, I'm not going to do that just yet.
Yeah.
I should ask her to let me know when she finishes so that I can start on that.
So your recommendation then?
My recommendation is Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Oh, yes, of course.
It is a sequel to the Evil Dead trilogy.
That we do plan on reviewing at some point.
And it is very much Evil Dead. Heart and soul, and guts, and blood.
They got high and read the Necronomicon.
Ash gets high with a random girl he brings to his camp, to his trailer.
From the bar.
And he's like, hey, I got this book. You want to read from it?
I got this book. It does crazy stuff.
And so Ash resurrects the evil dead, and it pursues him. The book loosely Lawless is in the thing as a character who's pursuing Ash to get the Necronomicon.
So simple enough.
So
I like how the younger people have to call him out when he says something kind of more racist. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I like Pablo and Kelly and how they're more down to earth. It's like, Ash, that is a terrible idea. And Ash is like, I've listened to your thoughts. I have processed them. I'm going to do it my way, though.
and he's usually right. To be fair,
But not always.
not always. No,
Especially during the climax of season 1, which, for the record, I'm only about halfway through the series, so...
But I was gonna say earlier. So he gets high, as one does, and he reads through the Necronomicon, and all of a sudden, he's made of rubber. How did this happen?
God damn it!
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Yo,
God damn it!
you took a bite of gum.
Listen, I had to squeeze.
I instantly thought of it. I was like, that's so dumb. I have to.
Oh, the
I was
ayahuasca
going-
scene.
Is it the one where he's thinking about Jacksonville?
Yes!
Yes, that's funny.
Hey, that's where I met my first Linda.
Oh, and I got to the morgue and it's like, oh, this is the grossest thing I've ever seen, potentially next to Dead Alive.
How far in have you gotten?
Like I said, I'm only about halfway through this series, so I'm
Oh.
about halfway through season 2.
You've gotten to where Ash comes home.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Have you seen,
Not Linda, but
his sister?
Probably not. She
Okay.
has been brought up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I don't want to say where I left off because that would be a spoiler,
Right,
For
okay.
obvious reasons. But I've been enjoying it so much that I decided to finally get around to watching the remake.
I believe that there's only 3 seasons, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
then it just ends on a cliffhanger. As what Evil Dead movies, the series do.
Mind you, Ash vs. Evil Dead, it is canon with the other movies, the first 3 movies, but it is also canon with the remake and Evil Dead
Rise.
Evil Dead Rise, because Ash makes a cameo in the second movie in Rise. Yeah, he makes a video, or not a video, a voice cameo.
Okay, I haven't watched that one yet. I only have just gotten around to watching the remake, which
It's
solid movie.
it's his cameo is like a blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
Not really. It's like right there at the very end, and you're like, why was this here?
No, not that, but Ash.
Oh,
in Rise.
Okay.
Yeah, Ash's cameo is like not a blink and you miss it, but more like if you're not listening carefully, you'll miss it.
Okay.
So it's sort of snuck in there.
You know, I was thinking of his appearance.
His appearance at the end of Evil Dead remake. Yeah,
It's like that, just there. It's like, okay. Well,
I'm pretty sure that was like a nod where it's like, hey, we're doing a thing with Ash.
I can understand if it was meant to promote the TV show before it was announced. It just, without that context and without the knowledge that Ash had been in the previous movies, you're like, who the fuck is this old dude?
You want to know what's crazy? Actually, is Evil Dead the remake came out when I was still in high school,
Jesus.
and it's like I think 2013. So that's 12 years ago. God.
We're old. I'm definitely gonna be old tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm fading away into dust, wishing I had a gum.
But still talking about Evil Dead, I wish they would have made the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash movie.
Yeah, movie, yeah. They did make a couple of comics based on the concept. And then somehow tied it in with Marvel Zombies.
They did a Marvel. Yeah, they did a
Yeah,
Marvel.
they did.
They did a Marvel Zombies one where Ash there's like one of the people that
All
gets
the
killed.
zombies turn into dead.
Ash gets killed by Howard the Duck. And then it turns out it's not even our Ash, it's just an Ash.
Go Pikachu.
What? Oh, yes.
Yes, of course, yes. Goddamn 4 kids. So, climax, huh?
All right. So,
Are you ready for this? Because this is some mind-blowing shit.
Jason has Tina cornered on the dock.
Mind you, we've melted the mask, we've thrown him into a basement, we've thrown an entire fucking house on him.
Set him on fire.
Set him on fire. What else could we possibly do to defeat Jason?
Well, Nick certainly doesn't know because he gets chucked into a boat.
He's
Gets knocked
got
out.
a boat.
I'm in a boat, motherfucker.
So it's just Tina stuck on the dock with Jason. And her psychic powers trigger and she resurrects her dead dad, who looks surprisingly good despite having died 10 years ago. And Dad drags Jason back down to the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Then they get hauled off in an ambulance, and Nick asks, "Where's Jason?" "He's dead."
And then the movie ends.
Yeah, so that's the movie. Yeah, that's
Fuck was that?
it's the dumbest climax in the whole series.
Apparently, there is some footage of him actually, the dad having some like decayed look to it.
Certainly doesn't look like it from what we do see in the movie.
No, they don't use the footage.
The worse he look is a bit swampy and covered in seaweed.
Hey guys, I was just doing some deep sea diving. Look back, what the fuck is going on here? Guess I'll interfere.
I'm gonna hit you in the knees, grab your chain, and pull you back under.
So dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Tina,
Yeah.
where's your mom? I want to smack her.
God damn it.
You're next, Tina!
Oh, that's dark.
Yes.
I'll get you in your dreams, Tina.
Wrong franchise.
Oh, damn it. Fuck, I guess I'll just go back into this lake then. I'll take you with me though. I need a partner, a friend.
I'm literally a mute.
And we never get anything we don't get any follow-up. It's just, Dad comes back, he's technically dead, but not dead at this very moment. He's Schrodinger's dad.
Yeah.
He's in a superposition of either being
The cat.
he's either being dead or not dead. And it only takes the climax of the movie at this very moment to determine, we can observe he's there, but is he alive or is he dead? We don't know.
Maybe she just brought him back to life for just that little bit.
But that means he's still technically dead. He's an astral projection.
Or a reanimated corpse. She's a necromancer.
Oh shit. Burn the witch. So yeah, that's the ending. That's what we were hyping you all up for. Dad comes back, Jason dies.
The end.
The end. Man, fuck this movie.
Nero, put her down, Charlie.
6 out of 10? No, it's more like 5. Just for that ending alone, it's a 5.
Yeah, that ending just comes out of fucking nowhere. It's like, I get that it's thematically appropriate. She's finally letting go of the fact that she killed her dad and bringing him back to kill the guy she accidentally resurrected when she tried to resurrect him the first time. Are we sure this is not an Evil Dead movie?
She killed her dad and accidentally brought back a serial killer. So then
I think Jason was still technically alive underwater.
he was still alive, but she brings back a serial killer who goes on a killing spree, and then she brings back her dad to take back the serial killer who she resurrected from the deep. Yes, that is exactly what I said. Yes. That is what I said. Yes. Yes, this makes sense. Fuck this movie.
Damn it!
That's the movie.
That's the shark. That's a shark that got jumped over.
Yeah, and it doesn't come downhill. It doesn't come down from here because we get Jason going to Manhattan. We get Jason in space. We get Jason in hell,
Which is the literal low point of the movie.
the whole franchise.
The movie franchise.
Apparently a bunch of the Friday fans hate the director who made that piece of crap.
I don't blame them because it's a terrible movie.
Okay. Which is a worse low point? Okay, Freddy's Dead or Jason Goes to Hell,
Jason Goes to Hell.
Jason Goes to Hell.
or the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
A philosophical debate.
No, philosophical debate. Yes. On one hand, one movie's just really bad. On the other one butchers a character so badly.
Fuck. I think that's where we're gonna end it. We're not gonna settle this debate just yet. So
Goodbye.
see ya.
Yo ho ho.